Temper's the one thing you can't get rid of by losing it.
I'm feeling very angry right now.
The angry man opens his mouth and shuts his eyes.
No!
Stay out of my face.
Shut your pie hole! We're working here!
No!
Great!
God! No!
Thought you were gonna sneak up on my ass? You thought I didn't see that shit?
I believe that radical round-the-clock therapy is the only way to effect a meaningful and positive change in your behavior. I'm Mr. Busnick's anger management therapist.
The idea of an anger management therapist making, his client angry, it seemed like a great idea for comedy.
It's a sickness, not a crime, Fran.
His name is Frank!
I kept hearing about this script, anger management.
The original draft was written by David Dorfman, and then Adam read it.
Kept flipping the pages saying, this is great.
Once Sandler came on board, it was like I was working with him every day for several months.
It's all about the script and the story and the characters.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta tell you, our cup runneth over with the cast on this movie. I mean, it's enough to say you've got Adam and Jack. You can just stop right there. But something amazing happened when you put those two people together. It was magnetic, and every name that we even thought of said yes. Marissa said yes.
Yanks are great this season. Dave thinks they could beat Seattle's win record.
I did Saturday Night Live. Marissa hosted one time, and I thought she was a very nice girl and very funny. And we did a skit together, and it went pretty well.
I don't know why, but that was kind of sexy.
It was? Well, I'm sexy.
And John Turturro and Louis Guzman.
I told you not to go there!
Adam said, I'm doing this thing and I want you in it, Lou. And I basically said, I'm there.
I'm here because I was verbally attacked by my neighbor, and I took a dump on his porch.
I did Mr. D's with Adam, and that was a really wonderful experience. And so Adam really wanted me to do this, and it really wasn't much for me to do. But I really liked him, and then he tried to create a little something for me to do.
I was fired from my ice cream truck job today. No more fudgicles.
We knew it would be funny if it was played by a madman, and Turturro can play a madman very well.
Now you get down here before that black wolf swallows my brain!
Looking for company, baby?
And then we got Woody Harrelson.
I know Woody from SNL, and he's tight with Nicholson, too. So when we were talking about Galaxia, I think Jack actually said we could give old Woody a call.
I'm from a little Valerian village called Dickensy Dickens.
Huh?
Care to visit?
Woody is like Nicholson. They don't settle. They're there to kick ass.
Oh, my God.
And then Heather Graham.
Bite me.
Kendra. She's a beautiful girl who is a little delusional on her weight problem.
I'm not a child, Dave. If you think I'm a porker, then just come right out and say it.
And as far as Heather and all that chocolate, it's true. She is the chocolate queen.
Is this what you want?
She annihilates. It's nice to see her with the cupcake in her mouth and snapping.
Will you be able to... Is this what... What, Dave? If I put on a few pounds, will you be able to stifle your pulse long enough to sleep with yourself?
Cut, sir, that's good.
It was just amazing. Not to mention the cameos.
Isn't this Sexaholics Anonymous?
Golf's not even a sport! I play tennis, you dumbass!
So I have never, nor do I think I ever will, work with as amazing an assembly of people.
Patient number 135, David Busnick, has advanced to the second level of my program.
Bananas, pecans, some kind of granola mix up. Good stuff. First day of shooting, anger management. Yeah. Respect to the great Jack Nicholson. And here we are. Good. I'm getting on an airplane. Background.
And camera, and action.
Think you're in my seat. Well, every day, you're shooting a comedy, you think you just sit there and laugh your ass off all day long, which you do laugh a lot.
was a very funny set to be on. Adam he really is the nicest guy in the world, and he is really hilarious.
Just kidding.
And Jack is really funny, and so the set, there was some improving, there was a lot of improving within a structure.
Adam is, a great comic, and he will try different things on the day, and that was infectious. And then Jack tried different things too. He would call them a bonus take.
Uppers, downers, black beauties, yellow jackets, flippy stippies, jelly stingers, trick sticks, bing bags.
All I can tell you is the first day I didn't know exactly what I was doing, and Jack Nicholson told me, he says, I want to tell you something, John, there's no tone in this film. He says, I've been all over the map, so don't be afraid to try whatever.
Just because a guy's blind doesn't mean he shouldn't get his ass.
I never knew exactly when to shut the camera off, because it's sort of like a car engine that kind of keeps dieseling. When you think you turn it off, there might be something else coming out.
That's why you can't cop to your age. You're superior.
That was great. That's the fun stuff, where it transcends the script, and now these characters are just acting in their own world, and it really brings it to life. It's great.
And cut. Got it. That's a cut. Very good.
The day with John C. Reilly was big. We were ruining a lot of takes because Jack was having a difficult time. Kept calling him Peanuts instead of Pana. Kamanana.
Would you excuse him just for a minute, Peanuts?
Jack could not keep it together that day, saying Peanuts, and it was hilarious.
I guess you could say I've gone through a rather dramatic...
There's shots in the movie where you can see, we couldn't cut around it. You see the three of us kind of laughing a little bit.
I think I've seen John C. Reilly in true form in this movie. People should know that, that really is how he lives his life, He has his whole garage set up that way.
Now we're even, butt lick!
But, we can sit there and laugh, but be getting serious work done. That's the good thing about what we do.
Congratulations, team! You reached level 3!
Eating pizza in New York. Just when you thought you weren't fat enough, you had to step it up a notch. Just like Grandma used to make.
Get out there if you see him. All right, ready, guys? Ready. Peter, you ready?
We're in Brooklyn, Sandler's hometown. I'm feeling comfortable.
Turned in and out.
Shooting a movie 35 years later in my life, doing what I said I was going to do when I was a baby. Go like this.
I'm ripping your intercom right out of the wall! No more takeout, Dave!
It's a New York picture, and we wanted it to look very New York. And there is an actual look to the people who are on the streets there and in Yankee Stadium, and Jack was very aware of it, and Adam was too. So we were really careful about the kind of clothing and wardrobe that the characters were wearing.
This is a really interesting script for Adam. It's a little bit different than some of the other films, although there's an ensemble effect with all the characters. It was really interesting to make Adam a little bit more of a guy that toes the line and goes to work and is trying to get ahead.
I'm looking forward to this, Mr. Head. I've never been to St. Louis before. I really want to thank you for allowing me to come on this trip.
Adam was portraying a businessman, so it was more of a suit. He was playing a more mature character, and so we wanted to have his clothing sort of reflect that maturing.
No matter what suit I wear in real life, it looks cheesy. But I've never seen me look cool in a suit.
It really was funny. Everyone was laughing.
We'll get the 400.
It just felt good. Oh.
What we figured we'd do is we'd contrast a simple, work-a-day, average American business guy against sort of a jazz musician version of a psychiatrist. Jack sometimes wears a beret and sunglasses and, cool sneakers, and there's just something edgy about him, and you're never quite sure if he's for real. Is he legit?
We were constantly trying to make the audience off balance in terms of their perception of Buddy Rydell. Was he a legitimate therapist, or was he insane? There were certain things like the novel that he wrote or the car that he drove that said, this guy is successful. But there were other moments when he would be tormenting and terrorizing Dave Busnick where you thought, maybe not. On second thought, I think this guy's nuts. And that was great because you never knew where the journey was leading you.
Hold it right there. This party's by invitation only.
Jack has a lot of props. He is, this is one of the things I can say about him is he takes a prop and he brings it to life. A lot of people will use him and you know, it looks good, but he really uses it hard. He pushes it to its limit and you feel like it's a part of his character. We had the scene where he's using squirt guns in a monastery. And whenever you tip them upside down, they're gravity flow and the water runs out. So he made some good jokes about being able to have a squirt gun that doesn't leak.
We're looking at watches today trying to come up with the right band for Mr. Nicholson. And I gotta tell you, I'm under a lot of pressure, but I'm okay. He didn't like any of these. He didn't like any of these either. So, we'll be okay. I'm pretty confident.
I said over easy!
And action.
It was a fun night. Yanks win, beer and hot dogs.
Marissa Tomei plays Linda, who is the quintessential fantasy, low-maintenance woman. A very simple, appealing, open, not too fussy, classic look.
Hey, Davey, your girlfriend stopped by and she dropped these off for you.
Luis Guzman plays Lou. It's not quite clear if he completely is out of the closet or realizes he's gay.
You don't want to go there.
So we got together and we kind of made a half homeboy, half queen effect. It's kind of funny and it's kind of good because there's something crazy that rings sort of true about it, even though it's over the top.
Why is it that Chuck here thinks he could smoke?
Because I do whatever I want when I want. Need a little Spanish fruit topping.
John Turturro plays Chuck. He's a war legend in his own mind, actually.
I kid you not, I have seen some shit.
Oof, Vietnam, huh?
Grenada, man.
I had this thought about these old satin jackets that the guys from Vietnam used to have. It just wound up being the impetus for where we're going with the character.
Ellen is very intuitive and really gets into the minutia of the characters and their personalities and what each outfit is saying, and that's exciting because every element of a movie helps tell the story.
Hello?
Dave, it's me, Chuck.
We wanted to make sure that Dave Busnick's apartment in New York had a very special quality and almost a great view, but blocked by this billboard just to add more frustration to the character. If you didn't have the billboard, you'd have $1 million view, but you have that there.
So his apartment, basically, you know, you look out the windows, you see the back of this giant billboard, and you know, the view is great, but you know, like, you just don't get to enjoy it.
And then we shot our own translight, which was the actual view of the building that we found in Brooklyn to be the location.
In order to achieve that, we scout a lot of high-rise buildings in town that has like this beautiful view of like the East River.
Because there's nothing worse than, you know, movies where you can tell the background is fake or phony. It just takes you out of it.
This is a very challenging part of our sets because, you know, we have to go up to the 45th floor over the Deutsche Bank and build this set.
It's as much of a part of the job description of a production designer to find those locations as it is to design the sets. And Alan now did a great job.
Here we are in Yankee Stadium. My father's here. I told him one day I'd play at Yankee Stadium and I would be a shortstop. That never happened. But now I'm pretending that it's happening. So if you see him in his bleacher seat, he might be cheering for me because he's going along with the whole pretending thing. My dad's cuckoo. Hello.
Yankee Stadium. I'm sweating.
Back out of here,
a lot of people.
It was an incredibly difficult scene to shoot. We had a limited amount of time in Yankee Stadium. We had 3,500 extras. Every time Adam or Jack walked into the stadium,
Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Nicholson.
The place went crazy. Trying to move around when everyone is wanting an autograph takes a lot of energy out of you. We had about 3,500 extras over a 4-day period. But Yankee Stadium holds about 50,000+. So it was a combination of cardboard cutout people and moving our 3,500 into key close-ups. But for certain wide shots, we knew we'd have to digitally put some people in. It's really hard rendering these fake people, but they're so racked out of focus in the background that you can't tell. And so the wireframe is of people cheering, you know, every person is moving and they're digital. They're all computer generated.
You can do it, David!
Every movie is different. And no matter what you learned on your last film, you can apply that knowledge, but you have never learned it all. And this film, I learned a tremendous amount.
It's my great pleasure to present you with your certificate of graduation from anger management. Congratulations.
Oh, working with Adam is great, man. Just easy going, just do your thing, you know. He understands comedy. That's an understatement. He has this vision for the people that he's working with, and you bring along your own vision, and you kind of blend all those elements together, and voila, you know, that's what you get.
Hopefully we all did our jobs to help, you know, the whole environment of the film.
Sandler loves to make comedies. You know, he's not one of these comedians who is striving to be critically acclaimed and never comes into his head, doesn't care. Loves being funny, loves making comedies.
I'll have opportunities to do a lot of different kinds of stuff, but the main goal is to make funny movies.
Who's that pretty girl in that mirror there?
As far as what's different now from the early days, I mean, he definitely knows more what he's doing.
Well, hopefully you're getting better as an actor as you get older and learning a lot of stuff. Soon I'll be playing parts where I have kids, and not just ones that I adopted. Maybe I'll actually impregnate my wife. Maybe I'll actually they'll show me having sex with a woman.
That's it. Let's go home. Time to go